Alright, y'all, this is Asia Denson with Denson Construction Services. I'm here to give you an update on the current Detroit updates. I know I haven't done one since like beginning of the year, I think, because it's been a lot going on and I've been busy, so I apologize for that in advance, and I'll try my best to do better. Why does it look like I'm not looking at the camera? But sorry about that. I don't know what's going on with this iPhone. But alright, first up, we have 2712 Cass. This is a mini mansion slash house that is next door to the new Red Wing Stadium. They've been asking I think $25 million or something like that. And they bought it for 25 grand in 2002. And it sits on a 40 by 120 lot. I don't know if they'll get 25 grand, but they might get, I'm sorry, not 25 grand, 25 million, but maybe at least, maybe 5, 10, I don't know. But good luck to them. Alright, Detroit Home Mortgage Program. Now, this program helps with the appraisal gap that's going on with the city. Because, you know, like, you can buy a house for 10 grand, but, no, I'm sorry, let's say house is on the market for $50,000, but it come back appraised for $28,500, and so they're trying to do something to help make up the gap. Why does it look like I'm not looking at the camera? I don't know, but yeah. So basically, this helps with the appraisal gap due to the sales in the city and always coming back low. So, you know, that's helping people make up the difference, because if you get a loan and the house is $50,000, but it only comes back at $28,500, you got to come up with the gap in the middle to, you know, be able to close on that property. So Huntington Bank says that they sold 27 mortgages like this in 2015. Now, under this new program, buyers that qualify receive a first mortgage for the appraised value of the house, less the buyer's 3.5%. Then they'll get a second mortgage up to $75,000 to fill the gap in between the appraised value and the sale price. And or you can use that second mortgage to go towards your cost of renovation. So basically, that's, I guess, a 203K loan or something. I don't know. The rate on the second mortgage is 5%. You must have a 640 plus credit score. It can be anywhere in Detroit, but it has to be your primary residence. Banks that offer this program are Huntington Bank, Flash Star, Telmar, I think that's a credit union, First Merit, Ford Foundation, Cressy Foundation, Michigan State Housing Development. You can go to DetroitHomeMortgage.org for more information. Still, like, I ain't looking at the camera. Alright, next we have, let me sit down because I'm walking around. Detroit seeks $30 million grant for the Brewster Douglas and Eastern Market site. Now, Brewster Douglas, where a lot of the Motown greats used to live in those projects over there off 75 and Mack Avenue. Yeah, up in there. And so they tore those down a couple years ago, and it's just a huge development lot. And I think they should put condos or something right there. I'm pretty sure it's going to come because it's too much over there that's happening. You're right by Ford Field, Comerica Park. You literally can walk right downtown. Midtown is on the opposite side. You're right in the middle of all the DMC hospitals and stuff. So it's a great location. It's a total of 25 acres. It's 75 southbound between Wildenberg and Brush. They are proposing to put 500 units of mixed income multifamily there, so it should be dope. Maybe that's better. I don't know. I'm at my grandmother's house, so that's all my stuff in the back. Alright, $50 million development in new center area. 230 apartments, 20,000 square feet of retail space, and this is going to be near the new Henry Ford Health System. We have $2 million career center on the north end that's coming, which is great, to open in September of this year, which is next month, at 277 East Grand Boulevard between Hastings and 75. The Goodwill and the Vanguard Community Development will be over this project. All right. Next up, we have, I'm getting some better light so I can read. All right, next up we have a $2 million, I just said that, sorry. The Scott at Brush Park opens this summer, or maybe the end of this summer, I'm not sure. They're going to have, the address is 2849 Woodward, I believe. It's 2 blocks south of Mack. They're going to have some type of pet grooming station, a roof terrace, a year-round spa, so that should be real nice and sexy. Quicken Loans paid $5 million to rename the new M1 Railroad the Q Line. So that's an expensive name. Dan Gilbert has bought 1900 St. Antoine. This building is across the street from the new Detroit jail they had started and just stopped, which was a waste of money. That's just still sitting there, and they still don't know what's going to happen with that. So last thing I heard about that was that I think Aretha Franklin and Dan Gilbert supposed to team up and make it some type of entertainment district. So there hasn't been any updates on that yet. So I'll keep you guys posted. A historic firehouse across the street from Cobo will open by the 2017 auto show, which is not that far away. This is supposed to be some type of boutique hotel. I think it's going to be called the Foundation Hotel. It's supposed to be 100 rooms, and that project is $34 million. And that's still underway last time I drove by there. Wheelhouse Detroit is opening a second store in Hamtramck. The first store is on the Detroit Riverwalk. So the Wheelhouse Detroit is a place where you can basically rent a bike, and I don't know if it's per hour, per day, or how it goes, and you can just ride all over the city. I see a lot of people riding them on the corner cut and on the riverfront. And they also offer biking tours throughout the city of Detroit. So that's pretty dope. We have a new program that will send Detroit high school graduates to community college for free. This has already been implemented. I think this is the first year going into the 2016-2017 school year. Basically, you can go to school for free for 2 years. It's called the Detroit Promise Zone Scholarship, which is mimicking or basically copying some type of Kalamazoo program. I think the city of Kalamazoo does the same thing. So that's awesome. So it's like no excuse not to be great. I mean, college isn't for everybody, but at least this way you can go and find out to see if it's for you, take up a couple classes, and then see if you want to transfer to a university after your first 2 years. So at least when you graduate college, you won't have any debt or not a lot of debt. So that's dope. All right, Midtown. Next thing is the new center area. Alright, this is going to be the outskirts of Midtown in the new center area. My mistake. Basically, they're saying this is going to be the next big area to develop. Now, the last couple of years, if you've been listening to me, I've been saying that the North End is going to be the next up-and-coming area. And I've been selling piece of shit properties over there for a minute. So, it's dope. So, basically, they're saying this is the next area to look out for. A quote from Ron Henry, Senior VP for Detroit Medical Center, says, this area is still ripe for the taking. The next gold rush is the new center area, so be on the lookout. I believe that was either in the Detroit Free Press or the Crane, but all these links to the articles you can find if you follow me on my Google Plus pages or Facebook business pages, the Detroit Property Shop and Denson Construction Services. Paradise Valley plans a $52.4 million development in downtown Detroit. This is formerly Harmony Park. There's going to be hotels, office space, retail, apartments, and restaurants there. So that's going to be awesome. They're now accepting requests for proposals for the Northwest Detroit. They're planning to build 100 houses and 257 vacant lots. I don't know if it's going to be on those lots or they're selling it with the lots, or they haven't really gave detail on that. But it's going to be between Marygrove College, including the Fitzgerald area. So they plan to turn assets lots into produce landscapes, because urban farming is pretty huge in Detroit. Our farmers market is the oldest one in, I don't know if the world, but for sure I know in North America, the Eastern market. So that's amazing, because there's so much vacant land here, so you might as well use it to produce food and build new houses on it. Because I figured that was going to happen, because pretty soon after you renovate all the properties, you're still tearing down like hundreds or thousands by the year, so you have to put something back in those spaces. So that's dope. All right. Next up, we got the Wayne County Jail Project. Now, they're planning to move forward with this. All right, these are some key points in the article. Number one, the jail has been unfinished for at least the last 2 years. Remember I just talked about that like a couple minutes ago? They finally reached a fucking settlement, which is crazy because 2-3 years they've been working on this. Because I don't know if you recap real quick. The Detroit city, they was building a new jail smack dab downtown across from the old jail. They end up going like $100 million over budget. Amazing to me, but yeah, so they just stopped. So it began in 2011. They stopped in June of 2013. Yeah, being the $100 million over budget. They plan to build a soccer stadium and an entertainment district. Now, remember I just said Dan Gilbert and Aretha Franklin were talking about teaming up, doing some great things there, so that'd be awesome. The settlement includes $2.5 million to two firms, AECOM and Ghaffari Associates, I believe. Sorry if I'm saying that name wrong. And they dismissed all counterclaims against the county and building authority. So basically, some people done got paid finally after all this time. And last but not least, about property values in Detroit. The home prices continue to rise in Detroit. This is as of June of 2016. Home and condos are on the market now for 37 days, down from 43, so that's awesome. Wayne County saw an increase in sold homes with 1,982 properties sold between May and June of this year. So it's been a 10.2% increase. The median Detroit price is $24,300 now, which is, you talk about a major come up, because a couple years ago, especially 08, 2012, houses was $500, $5,000. I personally bought houses for $5,000 and resold them and didn't do anything to it. So one I kept as a property, and renting it out, and I plan to do it again. So that has been a total of a 15% increase since 2009. In 2009, the median price was $6,500. So you better get in where you fit in with the Detroit real estate market, because I'm telling you, it's just about to be crazy. If you missed the wave in Harlem and some of these other cities that had the same thing, you're going to be really feeling left out. So that's why you should call me, Asia of Denson Construction Services, to rehab your property, or of Detroit Property Shop to purchase your property. Contact me at 313-288-8051. It's still, I'm looking dead at the camera, still like I don't know what's going on. But anyway, 313-288-8051. This is Asia. Have a great day. Make sure you follow us on all our social media pages, which I will list below. Have a great Sunday. Deuces.